Spiritual awakening is about questioning everything and then learning to discern reality for yourself. Spiritual awakening is also about raising your consciousness, which means awareness, and the way that we do this is we seek knowledge and then we learn to understand that knowledge fully, and then we apply it to our lives. Whether that information is comfortable or uncomfortable, it doesn't matter, right? We are truth seekers. So if you are a truth seeker and you're ready to question everything once again, then make sure to like, subscribe and click all notifications so you don't miss any of my weekly uploads. And with that being said, let's get into the video. Hello my friends, welcome back to another episode of Warriors Amongst Men, Spirit Amongst Flesh. As always, my name is Sam and I'm here to help you liberate from your flesh, define your purpose and live the life that you came here to live. And today my friends, I've got another powerful episode for you, and we're going to be looking into Satanism once again. And today I want to share with you 5 signs that you are a Satanist and you don't even know it. And so unless you have gone for a spiritual awakening and you're questioning everything, then you are influenced by your environment. And Satanism, the Satanism I'm talking about anyway, is about the dark occultists that are literally ancient psychologists, a global network of people, a group-think mentality, all around the world, men, women, whoever, who literally seek to influence and manipulate the perceptions of the masses of society. So if you haven't questioned everything, then maybe you are subject to their manipulation. So today I want to bring light and share awareness on some of the manipulative mindsets that have been influencing society and therefore changing our behavior, because obviously information changes our perception, and then our perception is dictating our behavior, of course. So before we get into the 5 signs, let me just explain to you what sort of Satanism I'm actually talking about, because whenever I bring up the word Satanism to people, a million things rush into the minds. And I want to share with you what type of Satanism I'm actually talking about, because of course there are millions of different types of Satanism and there are many different levels within the hierarchical structure of what Satanism really is. And Satanism, of course, when I say it, many people think it's just about worshipping the devil. In actuality, that's literally what they want you to think it is. Of course, some Satanists worship Lucifer, and it does go quite deep into what that actually means. And of course, you know, sometimes what comes to the mind is sort of pagan rituals in the forest, blood sacrifices. There's so much that comes to the mind, and I'm not saying that all of those things are not included in Satanism. There is blood sacrifices and rituals, and there's all kinds of things that go on. But this is why I want to speak about this a lot more, because many people don't know anything about Satanism, and I feel it's a subject that is massively influencing society through perception and then obviously through behavior. So today I want to share with you 5 signs that you may be a Satanist and not even know it. So the Satanism I'm talking about is the dark occultists that are literally ancient psychologists. They understand human psychology to a very deep level. They're masters of human psychology, and they also understand the truth, right? The laws of the universe, the laws of nature, what is natural within our world, right? They understand how reality works. This is what occult knowledge is. It means, the word occult means hidden. So they understand hidden knowledge, and in actuality they're trying to hide that knowledge from you. Why do you think when you're at school they didn't teach you about law, right? They didn't even teach you man-made law, let alone God-made law or natural law, what's just inherent in nature, the difference between right and wrong. And the only reason we need a government in the first place is because we are not taught the difference between right and wrong. Right behaviour is that which you have the right to take, and wrong behaviour is that which you do not have the right to take. You do not have the right to take action that causes harm to other sentient beings, right? That's just obvious. So Satanism, just like any other religion, is all about getting the rest of the world to adhere to its ideals. And of course you guys know that the word religion comes from the Latin word religare, meaning to hold back by tying, to bind to thought from forward progress, right? And spirituality is all about the evolution of consciousness, right? The evolution of awareness, and it's about evolving into unity consciousness, right? It's about equality, which is what Satanism hates, because Satanists are all about might makes right. They're all about creating a society of chaos, keeping the masses dumbed down and ignorant of real truth and knowledge so that they can be herded. They want everyone policing each other. They want us at war with each other, fighting each other over stupid things like racism, right? They want us fighting over who won the football and stuff like this, right? They want us focusing on stupid stuff so that we can be herded, but they also want to manipulate our perceptions to create a world where they can remain hidden. So they want to be invisible, they want to be invincible, and they want to be immortal, hence why they're getting into the whole AI, transhumanism, technology and all that stuff. And that's another video for another time. So ultimately, in a nutshell, Satanism is about holding back human consciousness, as naturally we would evolve into a state of unity consciousness. This would eliminate the current condition of human slavery, so they do this through their man-made laws and getting other people to become order followers and do the work for them, so that we literally sheep each other without sheep the sheep. At least sheep need a sheepdog to keep each other in line, right? We don't do that, we don't need that. We sheep each other, we police each other, and that's exactly what they want, right? They do this because they want to reign as gods on earth. So right now, without further ado, I want to share with you 5 signs that you're a Satanist and you don't even know it. And this is obviously through the manipulation of information that's altered our perceptions and then therefore our behavior. So we're acting like the Satanists want us to act. So the first sign that you're a Satanist and you don't even know it is that you live for yourself only, and you only care about you and yours. And the reason I say this is because if you actually study Anton LaVey's book, The Church of Satan, you'll understand that the first law, the highest law in Satanism, is self-preservation, right? All they care about is themselves and their immediate sort of family, you and yours, right? And what they try to peddle out to the masses and what they want you and I to think like, right? They want us to think that we live in a dog-eat-dog world, a dog-eat-dog world, right? They want you to think that you must step on others to get to where you want to be in life, right? They want us to think just about ourselves. It's all about me, 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 and they don't want us to think about the bigger picture. So as long as your life's all good, then it doesn't really matter what anyone else is going through, or the state of the planet, or the suffering of other sentient beings. And so please leave me a comment in the comment section below on whether or not you agree with this statement. Do people live simply for themselves? Like on the aggregate, most people, the masses, do you think people just live for themselves? Do you think people are selfish? Right? Or do you think that that's not true? Right? Because that's exactly where they want human society to be. That's where they want our perceptions to be, right? And so if you think like that, then that is a sign that the Satanists have got you, right? That you think just like a Satanist, right? That's what they want you to be thinking like. Okay, so number 2, the second sign that you're a Satanist and you don't know it is that you believe in moral relativism, right? Moral relativism basically means that because humans are gods on earth, right, that we get to decide what is right and wrong. So something that Satanists always push to people, and it's massive in the whole New Age movement, is this idea of solipsism, right? And the idea of solipsism means because I'm God, that truth is subjective, so I can make up what is right and wrong, as opposed to right and wrong already being inherent in nature. Like naturally, there are rights within nature. You know, you have to understand that there is a difference between right and wrong behavior. Like I said, right, if it's right, then it's based in truth, and it means you have a right to take that action. If it's wrong, it means you do not have a right to take that action. Right? You do not have the right to take an action that causes harm to other sentient beings. And so Satanists want you to believe in moral relativism because they want you to obey a government, which again is man-made law, right? They are making up what is right and wrong. So one minute something could be a right action for you to take, right behavior, then all of a sudden they can change that. No, now that's wrong behavior, and now I can put you in prison for that behavior. I can lock you up because of that. Right, so this is why they want you to believe in it, because they want you to believe that someone else can make up your rights, as opposed to them already being inherent within you. Right, and like I said, you have a right not to be murdered. You have a right for others not to impose their will on you, right? You have a right not to be blackmailed into having something injected into your system, right? It's your body. You have a right to choose what goes into your body. That's your right. So if you believe in moral relativism, then you are exactly where these Satanists want you to be. So the third sign you're a Satanist and you don't even know it is that you believe in the Darwinian theory that we just simply evolved from monkeys. Now I actually have a whole audiobook on my Patreon on the hidden or the true history of humans, right? The true human history of Earth. And the reason why I'm bringing this up as a sign is because if you actually study Anton LaVey's book, The Church of Satan, first of all, they say that one of the satanic statements is that Satan represents man as just another animal. But also Satanists literally push what they call social Darwinism, right? They want to push the Darwinism theory onto everyone else, which is basically saying that your genes are why you are where you are within society. So that's what is creating your class, whether you're a working class, you're sort of a poor person or a rich person. It's all because of your genes, not because you were born into a family that already had wealth, or because there are certain families that manipulate the wealth system, the economy, to get what they want and stuff like that. It's all because of your genes. But also they push this because they want you to get your morality from the animals, right, from other beings. And many people interpret what animals are doing very wrongly. If you think about it, animals eat meat, certain animals, because they have to, right? But we don't have to. And actually, animals don't have a choice, whereas humans do have a choice. We have a choice with what we do with our actions. Therefore, we have moral agency, right? And enlightenment is all about knowing your personal responsibility with your own free will, knowing that you do have a choice within your life. And what choices are you making? That's what spiritual maturity is all about. It's about having the responsibility and knowing that you have free will to make the right choice in your life, right? The choices that either evolve you and everyone around you, or it just devolves you and it holds back humanity. So you have that choice. So if you believe in survival of the fittest, then you think exactly how the Satanists want you to be thinking. The fourth sign you're a Satanist and you don't even know it is what I call an egotistical use of the law of attraction. So that you use the law of attraction and you study the law of attraction simply for your own benefit. And you have to realize that the ego will never bring about true freedom. And true magic, because that's what we're talking about, the law of attraction, is about aligning your will with the Creator's will, or that which, when I talk about the Creator, I'm just talking about the evolutionary force, right? Evolving, right, into unity consciousness. Now, when we talk about the law of attraction, many people think that they're so awake because they know about the law of attraction in the New Age movement. But did you know that Satanists, they also know about the law of attraction, right? They're the ones peddling the watered down version of the law of attraction into the New Age movement. They made the New Age movement. They want you to think that the law of attraction is just be grateful for the things that you have. Don't focus on anything negative and you'll bring about more of the things that you're grateful for. They want you to think that it's just about what you think and what you believe and what you feel. That's the law of attraction. That's the watered down, rubbish, nonsense version. But the real law of attraction and what spiritual awakening is really about is you are mentally awake if you are seeking knowledge. Otherwise your thoughts are dead, right? You're asleep mentally. And you are awake spiritually if you care about your freedom. And you are awake physically if you care enough to actually take action. If you're taking real world action to make real world change, if you're doing all three of those things, then you are what I would consider an activated being. You are spiritually awake. See, the one thing missing from all religions is that they never talk about freedom. They never address the current state of human slavery. And the egotistical use of the law of attraction is always going to maintain human slavery because you're just thinking about yourself. You're not in alignment with unity consciousness. So spirituality is all about caring about unity consciousness, caring about your freedom, and then actually using the law of attraction to bring about freedom, not just for yourself, but for all sentient beings, because you know how we're all interconnected, right? If everyone else gets those things injected into them, then that's going to affect your freedom as well. So you care enough to actually speak about the blackmail that's going on the planet, right? That's just one example, right? And the manipulation. You care enough to do your own research, not just accept and be another sheep in the herd and just be an order follower. So if you are just using the law of attraction for egotistical purposes, then you are exactly where the Satanists want you. And this is why I have on my Patreon a whole bunch of content helping you to create a purpose-based business based in empathy and compassion, which will help us bring about a world of unity consciousness. Okay, so number 5, the 5th sign that you're a Satanist and you don't even know it, is that you choose a partner simply based on their looks and what they have. And the reason why I choose this as a sign that you're a Satanist and you don't know it is because the 4th tenet of Satanism is eugenics, right? And this is basically talking about the selective breeding process. They want to selectively choose what traits and characteristics they like within human beings and get rid of that which they don't like. So they want to play God again. And you might think, well, that could be a good thing, get rid of, stupidity and stuff like that. But they're not doing this for a good reason. One of the satanic sins is lack of aesthetics, right? They want you to look a certain way, right? But not just that, they want to get rid of people like Martin Luther King. They want to create a herd-like mentality. And they also are trying to depopulate the earth. If you look at the Georgia Guidestones, the first commandment of the New World Order is maintain human population under 500 million. But also they're trying to make people infertile so that no one even has children anymore. And the reason why they're doing this is because they want children to be born in a lab. They can literally be brought up exactly how they want them to be. Why do you think your children are sent to schools at the age of like 3 years old? But anyway, I don't want to get too much into that in this video. What I want to share with you is how eugenics is playing out in society and even within your own mindset and perception of the world. And this is through the way people choose partners and relationships. People always go with people based on what they look like overwhelmingly, and also how much money they have and what they have to offer them, right? Can you make sure I go on holiday 3 times a year and stuff like this? And if that all fits the bill, then it's all good, which is building a narcissistic society, people that just care about very superficial things. Why does no one ask each other when they're on the first date, do you know the difference between right and wrong behavior? Right, it doesn't really matter if you know the difference between that, as long as you can take me on a holiday. That's what people think. You might be holding a knife behind your back, you might abuse me and rape me, but as long as you can, pay for my car, as long as you have a 6-pack, right, I don't really care, right? That's where we're at, and that's exactly where the satanic dark occult, right, that's exactly where they want you to be in terms of mindset, in terms of behavior. Well, that's gonna do it, guys, so thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments section if you think any of these apply to you or people you know, and do you think they're accurate when describing society at large? And has this video helped you in any way? If it has, then of course remember to like the video, subscribe, and click all notifications so you don't miss any of my weekly uploads. I also do one-to-one sessions if you're interested in talking to me, and I also of course have my Patreon if you're interested in supporting my work and also gaining access to over 70 exclusive audiobooks and videos designed to help you become a conscious creator, where I'm talking about what I call the keys to the kingdom, which is basically occult knowledge that will help you progress along your path. And I'm also here to help you design a purpose-based business, which means getting out of the current state of slavery and creating a business which is in alignment with your own sovereignty, your own rights, and living the life that you came here to live, which is freedom and abundance, of course. Okay, so if you're interested in any of my services on my Patreon, then there's a link in the description box below. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace and love, my friends.